disappointing. Maybe I just I don't know. Maybe it was a 16-minute match. I only watched like 9 or 10 of it, and I guess maybe that was just the other parts seemed better than it was. So I don't know. It seems like they're headed for another match, a rematch at some point. What happened on Raw? So
yeah, looking forward to it.
You should.
Can we get rid of Seth Rollins, Terrible, and Zagiri? That move really bothers me.
I guess if you, I guess you could tweet him and ask him.
But I just don't want him to accidentally send me nudes.
Yeah. Maybe if you send him like a letter in the mail, like a fan mail.
I can write
it.
It
won't be fan mail. It is stop doing your horrible insecurity.
I know you're a big Seth Rollins guy, but even you got to admit that insecurity work. It's like an odd. He doesn't really land. You know what? A good insecurity that's absolutely off the deep. Never mind. Del Rio. He had a great step up. Now he's whatever Del Rio is. I really don't want to get.
He's going to be on the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of, that was a big secret. Del Rio's on the show now. What they do is give him a button. Never mind. I'm not going to go any further. But yeah, that move bothers me because it barely makes. It actually looks just like the Ghetto Blaster by
Bad News Brown.
Bad News Brown. Yeah, it's the exact, and it doesn't even make contact. It bothers the hell out of me. Talk about things that bother the hell out of me. Oh man, poor Roman Reigns. The WWE is convinced he is going to be the face of the company. He's going to be over, and they're literally killing him. Braun Strowman murdered him in the ring, and all of the 12,000 fans in San Jose were chanting, "Thank you, Strowman, one more time." Die. Oh, that was Rocky. But yeah, I thought this match was really good. I thought the main event. Great's a strong word. I thought it was a very, very good match. Braun Strowman is really coming along. He a good match, and Roman just like a savage for Strowman. He got beat from pillar to post. It was a really strong match. It was a good win for Strowman. I want to tell you what I would have after this match, but I want to hear your opinion of the match first.
I thought it was very good. I thought their Fastlane match was better.
I don't remember it, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I mentioned as much of this match.
Yeah, I mean, I've only watched it the one time, but I remember watching it. Maybe it was because at the time I was so surprised how good of a match it was, and then maybe this was just maybe equal to it, but my expectations were a little bit higher. I don't know. But either way, it was good. It was only 12 minutes. They played up, of course, Roman's sustained a couple weeks prior to that. And Strowman beat him pretty clean with the 2 running power slams. So, which I guess if he's going to be eventually feuding with Brock Lesnar, then that was the right decision to do here. They did the post-match attack where Strowman dropped him on some steel steps, and he did something else to him. What did he do? After he dropped him on the steps,
I think he just made it. I don't remember. I think he did it twice.
He did something. He beat him up pretty good at the end. He took the steps and he in the chest with the steps. That's what. And that's when they had the fake internal bleeding that Roman was pulling off. The old camera special.
You
thought it was real?
Yeah, I think he really hurt us. No, I'm just kidding. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to say something you're going to hate. Is Braun Strowman next for Brock Lesnar?
That seems to be the rumor.
Okay. If he's not, let's just say he's not, I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to tell me what you think.
Okay.
You can't respond to me until I'm finished talking. After the match, Braun Strowman's beating up Roman Reigns. Out comes Dean Ambrose to save Roman. Gets destroyed by Strowman. Roman's out for an extended period of time, let's say. Strowman enters into a program with Dean Ambrose. Strowman takes the title. From me, if he's not next for Brock, how do you feel about that?
That would be okay.
Okay. Well, it involves Ambrose, so I tread carefully.
Well, it involves him getting his best kicked and losing, so that's not.
Yeah, I was hoping Ambrose was going to come out because I thought it would have added a trickle to the Strowman Reigns thing, and I don't want to say they've. It looks like we're going to get an ambulance match now. That's what me and BK were talking about. You've exhausted all your options with these two. You can only one too many times, and I think adding an Ambrose there, or even adding an Ambrose and have Strowman like hurt Ambrose out for a while. It could add something to the whole thing, but it was a little surprising. And speaking of deals, where Joe loves him, he's still the Intercontinental Champion. He wasn't on the show at all, not even like a tape segment. I don't think I saw.
I didn't see the pre-show, so I don't know if he made it on there.
Actually,
I don't know how that and Balor segment went.
How Balor says this is going to be welcome to the Balor Dance Club. We don't have too much time to talk about Raw. I just want to touch on the opening. I love the opening segment. I think it was the opening segment. It was Dean Ambrose, Finn Balor, The Miz, and when was somebody else?
Rollins.
Oh, and Rollins. Yeah. So Finn Balor, he calls out Brock Lesnar. And then Seth comes out and he says, Balor, wait, you're, or vice versa, whatever it was. I think Rollins called him out. Balor comes out and he says, I never lost the title. And then Dean Ambrose comes out. And it was a little bit shooty, but he's like, well, since Brock Lesnar never shows up, I guess Miz is the most important one on the show, and they have a 3 for that. It's a huge mistake having this title still on Brock Lesnar, in my opinion. But if you did not have this guy ever show up, your money guy never show up Monday night, it's important to elevate the Intercontinental title to that main event spot. I think they did a really good job doing that in that segment.
Yeah, they did a good job trying with it.
The end.
yeah, I think it was. I don't know when the segment. I think that was maybe the 9:00 hour or something. I think the women opened the show, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, with Alexa Bliss.
It was Rollins. They came out for his interview, and then he said he wanted Brock, and like you said, Balor came out, and Miz came out, and Ambrose came out, and it turned into a whole big thing. And like you said, so I do think, as I was watching, the same thought that it was good that they elevated or made the IC title seem more important. Actually having those 3 guys who are, at or close to main event level guys wrestle for a number 1 contender spot for the IC title, which I think it just sucks that like
I know what you're. Go ahead. I think I'm.
No, so like it just like the night before the IC champion wasn't even on the show to defend it. Like and like the next night, it's like oh, it's really important. Like important enough for him to have a match yesterday. Like so, but so that's just how they
that's how. And my other issue is you give it to the Miz. That we Miz versus Ambrose for the better part of the last year and a half. I thought Ambrose had some really strong in this. I like what he said about he was kind of digging in on Brock for not being there, and he should do being the IC champion. But why would you go with Miz? What if you were going to go with Miz that title? Why wouldn't you just leave Miz on SmackDown and have him go for the US Heavyweight title? If he's not going to be the main event guy, then don't bring over Ambrose. But don't Royal land of opportunity, fine, or SmackDown's land of opportunity. Now Roy's trying to be, but don't give us the same feud for the last year and a half. They're good. Don't get me wrong, but you're going through so many guys. You're going through the well far too often.
I think that a lot of, or some of the shake-up moves just don't seem very well thought out. I mean, they moved both Ambrose and Miz from SmackDown to Raw, in a feud with each other. Like that's the whole point of moving them around, is to have with different guys, right? To make things more fresh, and they just left them together. The Bray thing also seemed very short because he's still feuding with Orton. Goes over to Raw and now is continuing to feud with Orton, being on the line. They have this match. He wins. They start a feud with Balor. They kind of forget about it for 2 weeks. They back up again. So it just doesn't seem like they're very well planned out as far as what some of these moves were, and moving these guys over. Like it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then they take Jinder Mahal, who was a guy, move him over to SmackDown.
Enhancement talent.
Yeah. And then puts him over to SmackDown, and now all of a sudden they've decided to make him a main event level guy because he won like one match. So just some of that stuff doesn't sit right with me. I would have rather seen like Miz or somebody get elevated to feud with Orton for like 2 months than this with Mahal and then Miz and Ambrose. That's where kind of some of the stuff gets a little irritating to me. They don't have a long-term plan with some of the stuff. They made these because they felt like they needed to do this shakeup like if you feel like you need to do a shakeup and make changes, then you should have in your head like who the guys are that you feel need to move and what angles you may want to run if you start on shows, right? Like instead, it didn't seem like they had a lot of that figured out.
I'm looking forward to is AJ and Kevin Owens. I think that's some pretty good booking. But the problem is, like, AJ's a main event guy. I feel like AJ should be going after the main title. And then the other thing is, why does Bray attack Finn Balor if Finn Balor's not the champion? When he was going after, when he said how the title was to him when he was going after Reigns. So I think there's a lot of things that we don't really understand, and they don't know. You know as well as I do. They have no idea. There's no direction, and they're kind of going week to week. And then you're just continuing the Samoa Joe and thing too. So Samoa Joe. So the film was, long story short, Seth Rollins gets taken out of the match by Samoa Joe, and Finn Balor gets taken out match by so. And that's not exactly. You don't want to limp into an title feud, in my opinion, when the title's not really made. So I don't know. I thought Raw was okay, and I thought as far as that goes, the wrestling was pretty good. A strong show. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give that one a B-.
That's pretty good.
Oh wait, I forgot the Chamber of Horrors match. I'm giving it a D. Big old D.
Yeah, I think I'd give it. I think a B- is pretty good. It's the one that sticks out. Obviously, the House of Horrors is being pretty bad. But
it sucks when that's like the most noticeable thing on the show.
Yeah, everything else in ring was pretty solid to good, I guess you could say. So,
well, that's it. Another episode of the All Night Long Wrestlecast is in the books. Joe, where can people find us? We're everywhere. We're All Night Long at All Night Long WP on your Twitter, on your Instagram. We're Facebook.com/All Night Long WP. Spreaker.com/shows/ANLWP. Right?
Pretty sure that's the one. Show.
Yeah, show. Are you sure? I thought it was shows.
Is it shows?
Anyway, there's a million places to find. These ones going to be Facebook because our Facebook we update everything on the Facebook on and Twitter too. I don't know, man. I'm exhausted. Also, if you're talking for an hour, it's the big show. Whatever. Why are you?
Show? I thought we were still talking shows.
No, we're not.
Big show.
You know what's coming up soon, by the way?
I may be delirious. What's that, buddy?
You mean Ron Matchmaker?
Oh, that's.
I think it's a special. You want to talk about the House of Horrors match? Forget the House of Horrors. We got the House of Hardcore coming up, buddy.
We do. It's May the 19th, I believe.
Yeah,
not mistaken. Friday, May the 19th. House of Hardcore in St. James on Long Island.
That's in our hometown. That's us. We're going to be there. The Enforcer and the Stallion. We work in the show. We're going to be Merch Rock, right? That's Merch Rock.
Merch Rock.
Yeah. Tommy Dreamer, the innovator of myself, versus Cody Rhodes event. Also on the show, no matches announced. That you got Maria Kanellis, Bennett. You got Bubba Ray Dudley. You got Velvet Sky. You got Sami Callihan. You got Moose, who was just added. You got, last but not least, you got the Spear. You got Nunzio. Sandman.
You got Romantic Touch, bro.
Rhett Touch. Yeah, he'll be there. And you know as well as I do, Tommy Dreamer, House of Hardcore, they always have some surprises in store. So we're going to have a little more on that in weeks, but feel free to search on Facebook, House of Hardcore. And I'm really excited.
There's 90 seconds left in our show.
You know, why does this girl keep coming? How many seconds left in our show? Can we turn that off? It really pisses me off.
I'll make a phone call.
Yeah, mute him. Once again, like I said, another week in the appreciate you guys listening. And once again, thank you to Ego Ethan Page for stopping by and chatting with us. He is a Stallion. I am the Enforcer. Cut out.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how If you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that